Well, hello, and a big hello to all you wisdom walkers out there. This is Jojopah Maria and Saroma coming to you with another episode of Astrology for Self Mastery. It's interesting, and I gotta let go of feeling bad about every time over the last several months. Definitely since the beginning of the year. Every time I come to you, I'm just like, but this energy is no joke. It's real, and I can't pretend it's not. And yeah, we're all going through it. All of us are going through it, whether we want to be or not. uh, I have, several aspects to share with you today and insights. But there's two really powerful pieces of energy, and we're still dealing with the transformational energy of the solar eclipse. So, between Pluto going retrograde and then this lunar eclipse that's coming up, all happening within the next 6 days. Yeah, it's on, folks. It is on. Oh man. Wow. Amina. Oh my God. Girl, I owe you. I owe you some stuff. I owe you a huge thank you. Um, your quote I'm using again tomorrow for my wisdom walk talk because it's just so powerful and I can't thank you enough. Publicly, I'm thanking you, but I'm going to thank you in more ways coming up. Thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. She is an amazing human being. Ah, yeah, it is on. It's on, folks. It is on. So, I'm just, spirits got hold of me. That's all I can say. I'm just, yeah. So I don't know what this is gonna be and how it's gonna be, but yes, yes, engaging cosmic opportunities. Yes, Amina. Like we gotta push that ego aside, and that's what I'm doing today, pushing that ego aside and just surrendering to that greater order and direction to engage these cosmic opportunities. Absolutely. And it's just, yeah, it's just a lot. Yeah. And I'm in my Star Wars outfit because I really am a shaman geek. I gotta tell you, you all should know that by now anyway. But May 4th, may the 4th be with you, and try to show you my little poster if I can. Forgot to put it into the PowerPoint, so we'll see how it comes out. But yeah, like I'm a big Star Wars fan, have been since it came out in 77 when I was 20 years old. And yeah, I just love that. And I love that we take a day to remember the Force. Use the Force, everybody. Use the Force. And I'm going to use a little bit of it right now to share this with you for what we have coming up. Oh man, I tell you, it's big stuff. Here's the quotes I have for you for this month. Really, this first part of the month, and starting with the Pluto retrograde. Transiting Pluto retrograde is a time of reflection about power and control issues in your life. If people have controlled or manipulated you, then now is the time to let them go. It is time to let go if you have been too controlling of others or situations. This is not a time for power tripping, but a time for elimination, meaning stay away from revenge. Fated events and repeating themes will reinforce which of your controlling habits, compulsions, addictions, or prejudices must be eliminated. And that's from astrologer Jamie Partridge. And then from Anne Heath, who manages and owns Cafe Astrology, another really good astrology site. She says, with the moon full and bright in the sky, symbolic illumination occurs in our own lives. However, These new feelings and revelations are emotional ones, right on. As emotions burst forth into our consciousness, it's time to express ourselves and to let things out of our systems. Of course, we might want to exercise some care while doing so, knowing that what is coming out of us is new and not particularly rational yet. Amen to that. Yeah. I mean, we're really in such a new place, such a new zone. It's no joke. It is no joke. So I want to remind everyone that right now, Mercury really is retrograde. Like, it's really holding up stuff. And computer issues, phone issues, electronic issues, travel issues, those are all the things. Communication issues, yeah, all of that. But like it says here, this is a time for the spring cleaning, collectively get rid of what is not serving us, from old clothes to old ways of thinking. Yeah, yeah, really, really important. And so I just wanted to remind us about the fact that if you haven't received that check, like me, you're still waiting for your money to show up, don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. And so act like it's already here. Don't beat yourself up. Don't make yourself responsible for things you don't have any control over. The same thing with the travel, with the computer stuff. Yeah, back up your computer, get an external drive, especially if you're writing a book or making movies, because this energy is no joke. It really is no joke. And so, we can do a little to protect ourselves, but for the most part, it's like Amina said, yeah, engage the cosmic opportunities. Yeah, and let go of your ego. Definitely. All right, let's see what I got next for you. So, we're going to start off with a big yikes on Monday, May 1st, because this is when Pluto is going retrograde in Aquarius. In Aquarius. Now, Pluto, as you know, had been in Capricorn for a long time, like since 2008. And so just recently in January is when it moved into the sign of Aquarius. So that means we are now getting what the work of Pluto does around all the things that Aquarius is responsible for. And besides just being anything that's related to the air, Aquarius is also the sign of where we grow our consciousness from just thinking about me to the we. It is about being in service to the community, to your family, to the world, right? It's about being in consideration that it's not just about you. It may be for you, but it's not just about you, that you are connected. So unity consciousness is related to Aquarius. What Pluto's job is, as the master of the underworld, the master of the shadow aspects, is to bring all this stuff up that would block being in this unity consciousness, being in this free flowing, air, with communication or travel, creativity, is associated with that too. Now, I found some stuff that I want to share with you because I think it's really cool from the Astrology King is the name of the website. I didn't find the name of the astrologer, but shout out to whoever it is. I'm feeling you because this is so cool. So here's what it says. It says, if people have controlled or manipulated you, it's time to let them go. It says, you may be forced to let go if you have been too smothering and controlling in a relationship or holding on too tight. If obsessive or compulsive behavior involving food or drugs has taken hold of your life, then events may cause a turnaround. This is really powerful, people. I want you to understand that this energy coming in on Monday is designed to help those who are ready, and sometimes whether you know it or not, to let go of what is blocking you being connected to your soul, to that divine part of yourself. Something coming to push you into, oh, I got to stop this. I got to get some help. I got to stop this. This is really, really good news because it's this kind of energy that has been so supported by, the economy and the kind of society that we've created. And so to have a whole bunch of people really saying, no, this doesn't feel good. I can't do this anymore. Oh my God, this is huge. And it is a result of all the good healing work. Those of us who have been wisdom walking, those of us who are light workers, have been doing for years, especially since 2008. And so I really am emphasizing this because I want you to know, and it doesn't have to be extreme behaviors that are compulsive or obsessive or, interrupting the truth of who you are. It can be small things, but you're going to get help to really let that go. Yeah, because it says here, um, obsessive compulsive behavior will bring relationship problems and powerful enemies. Ooh, we don't want that. We want to get rid of that. So here's the other piece in this too. It says that ruthless behavior will have consequences. I'll repeat that. Ruthless behavior will have consequences. Pluto will try to eliminate greed, corruption, immortality, and other negative manifestations of Jupiter. Because, Jupiter right now is traveling around between Pisces and Taurus and Aries, and, it's making its rounds. But Pluto is about excess. And we have been experiencing that in this country in really not good ways, especially like with all the guns that are in the United States. It's crazy. So Pluto is coming with an energetic and being retrograde until October, right? Like the October 10th. During this time, those excesses, corruptions, I just call them distractions to getting to the love. They are going to be brought to the surface. So here's what it says. And I usually don't do, astrology forecast for something bad going to happen. But I think it's important that you just have a consciousness about it because there's a way when we hear this that we can start to do the work to say, okay, how do I not fall into that? What do I need to do? Connect with those cosmic opportunities so that I'm not a victim to the ego and to the lower timeline. So here's what it's saying: the combined influence of the Pluto retrograde 2023, the square to Jupiter, and the eclipse means bankruptcies, foreclosures, recession, falls in share prices, job losses, and other repercussions of corporate greed. And also, I'll add putting profit over people. And we've been seeing this, it's already been there. It's coming around. The latest one was like Bed Bath and Beyond. Like, whoever thought that would go into bankruptcy and be closing out stores, right? Or Macy's, about to disappear. And those are just um, some examples. I have a friend whose son found out yesterday that his whole entire company, his whole office was being shut down. They're all being laid off. And they were very sweet to them. They're going to give them, make sure they get their unemployment, give them a little compensation. But they said, we have to do this because of where the economy is at. So it's real and it's happening. And it's really important that we stay conscious of it so that we don't fall into despair. There were people making millions of dollars during the Depression in 1929 into the 30s. Okay. A lot of them were creative people like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers making those movies. Oh yeah, like they was making money hand over fist. So you don't have to succumb to it. Just be aware of it and know the reason behind it is that Pluto wants us to stop being so greedy and crazy. It's like you need to get the consequences of this so you can say, I'm done. I want to do something different. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, is this a scary time? It's a scary time. But we've been in the fear. This is nothing new. So, especially for those of you who are wisdom walking, use this to your benefit. Use this to look at, okay, where in me have I been greedy? Where in me have I been a little corrupt? Where have I not been following what is in true alignment with the truth of who I am? Where have I been feeling like, well, I'm entitled to, cut corners and do this because of what was done to me? Yeah. Notice where that's falling in you and do the work to get rid of it, because this is not a time for thinking that, the fear behavior and all the negativity is going to reap you a good field, good fruits, good flower. No, 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 no. We getting ready to see that. Getting ready to see that. So interesting. On the same day, we have a conjunction, and there will be a couple of two conjunctions. Conjunctions again are about, two planets or heavenly bodies coming together and enhancing the energetic of what they represent. It gets kind of more, how can I say, exalted, more. We need to pay attention to this. So sometimes it's good flow energy, but sometimes it may not be. But the two of them are coming together and agreeing. And so this one is with the sun and Mercury, who's retrograde in Taurus. And as it says, a great day to use logic to solve problems, especially in financial matters. We're just talking about that. This transit puts the focus on your thinking and communications and short distance travel, and brings mental alertness, quick thinking, adaptability, and most importantly, I think, curiosity. Expect increased personal interaction. Take your time to brainstorm in order to get the solutions that you need. Yeah. And this is really helpful, for those of us who are entrepreneurs and doing small business. It again is talking about open up to collaborate and take your time, because Mercury is retrograde. The next one that comes on the same day of May 1st, so we get these three important aspects, is the asteroid Juno entering into Gemini. And, again, Juno's named after the queen of the Roman gods, representing commitment in relationships. Yes. And Juno in astrology can illuminate, excuse me, new insights into just how you thrive in long-term commitments and relationships. So, with this asteroid of marriage and relationships in witty Gemini, the next few weeks are great for having deep talks in your important relationships, as communication will be key to happiness. However, be aware of being too flirty, as you may unintentionally lead the wrong people on. But if you are in a committed relationship or you're about to be in a committed relationship, this is really saying have those heart to heart. Really step into the vulnerability and share what it is that you're feeling and believing. And again, just pay attention to because, when the love energy show up, we'd be like, it's for everybody. And it's not in a 3D way. Yes, in a fifth dimensional, universal way, do we love every human being? Yes, like we love ourselves. But when it comes to enacting on that, yeah, it ain't everybody. So again, just a word of caution, but also no, for those of you who are, thinking about getting married, thinking about commitment, and in a very sacred way, this is an energy showing up to support you in that. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what we got going on with that. So let's move on to Tuesday, May the 2nd. I just have one aspect for you, and it's another asteroid. This one I really like. This is Pallas entering into Leo. And as it says, the asteroid Pallas roars into the sign of Leo for the next few weeks, giving us a boost of valor, courage, and strength to be the royalty of the jungle. However, be aware that putting yourself in the spotlight may lead you to adversity. Avoid drama when you can, and remember, adversity is the engine of success. And of course, I've been talking about this. This is a yearly theme. So there are those of us, including me, we're being called to, get out to a bigger platform or to do something that is going to draw more attention. But you've got this Pallas energy bringing you the courage for that. And remember, always expect the trolls, always expect the people that are like jealous, and jealousy means like they blaming you because they ain't doing what you're doing, whatever. Expect all of that and then look for the treasure in it. And a lot of times the treasure just may be that you have a compassion for those persons and maybe say to them, you know what, I could help you learn what you have to heal inside of you in order to take this next step, right? Yeah, that's what that goes. That's how that's about. So that's a Palus in Leo. Now, on Thursday, the 4th, we get Venus in Gemini squaring Neptune in Pisces. And of course, a square energy is not a flow energy. It is something that we do have to, move through with consciousness. And like it says here, although your need for tenderness and affection may be heightened, you must stay conscious of the confusing Neptunian influence. You may have hidden insecurities, so do set up strong emotional boundaries to keep manipulative people out of your life and focus on cultivating your own confidence. And, this is just another great message, going back to that energy of Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius, that, we've got to stop giving our power away or trying to have power over other people. And it's just really a good reminder. And yeah, so take your time with this square. This square, just be aware of that. Yeah, what day was that? Yeah, on the 4th, because drum roll. Yeah, this is the day. This is the day. This energy. Ah. So, first, we start off with Venus in Gemini sextiling Jupiter in Aries. I want to give you the sweet stuff first. This transit indicates good luck, and you may receive gifts, money, or compliments. You may also be in a generous mood and not greedy at all. Yeah, that Pluto energy working. While this is a great day to have fun and take risks, don't forget about your limits, right? You don't want to overdo. Remember that you don't have to open your heart to everyone, just as we were saying before. Yeah, that you want to make sure that you're setting your boundary and, not falling back into that compulsion of, I got to have it and I got to have it all now because I'll never have it again. No, 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 no. This is about open up to this sweetness. It's a beautiful, beautiful sextile that you see right there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I got a nice, I got to share this with you. This is from Nina Diamond. Hey, Nina, needed to hear that. Got a lot that's going on. I've lost everything in the physical, but gained so much spiritual. And these haters, I'm like, what you you are tolling for? I just make it look good. We love and miss you, Jojopah Maria. This is some good teaching. Thank you, Nina. And yeah, like you're not alone, sweetheart. There's so many of us that have lost everything in the physical right now, or it's been very reduced to almost being lost. But that's a good thing. That means that the universe is getting ready to gift you. It's getting ready to gift you big time. And that letting go, emptying out for all the new that is coming. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. All right, so now here we go. Here we go with what's coming up with the full moon. Let me give you that first. Thank you, Nina. And then we'll do the eclipse thing. So here's what the full moon is about. It's in Scorpio, okay? This intense lunation asks us to remove hidden layers of ourselves and address skeletons in our closets. Oh my God, remember that song by Stevie Wonder? Those of you who are old like me, so we can create more room for the fresh start. Exactly what I was just saying to Nina and all of us who are going through this shift, okay? So remember this, the skeletons in the closet, whatever is in there that needs to be let out and transformed, and so this gets into ancestral wounds too, folks. So just know that ancestral wound work, we're still working through. All that old stuff needs to be letting it go, but don't be hiding stuff in the closet. Let it come out. Called the flower moon and the budding moon, this lunation signals the opening up of flowers and tree buds and reminds us to open our hearts to the coming warmth. So, what's there's this energy going on, and you'll see it too when I talk about the eclipse in a minute, that there's this sweetness, but then there's also this darkness, right? This bitterness, right? And so our job is to acknowledge both of them. Don't let the bitterness overtake the sweetness, and don't let the sweetness cover up the bitterness. You want to be conscious of both of them. You want to see it all. This is so important. This also goes on to say that this lunation in Scorpio, which is right now where the south nodes of the moon are, is opposite the sun in Taurus, which is where the north node of the moon is, which results in a lunar eclipse. So that's why we get the eclipse, and the energetic of that, of these, the south node and the north node, being hit. It's really, really powerful, also contributing to the intensity. And also, as it says here, full moon signal points of culmination and release in our lives. And with Scorpio's energy, our emotions may be even deeper and more complex. Yes, 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 yes. Deeper and more complex. So this was important that you understand what's going on with the moon, that it's a Scorpio moon, and that the north nodes, but also again, that sweetness. This is the budding. Things are budding, they're opening up. We can have a lot of hope and excitement, right? But we got to keep working on the bitterness. Okay. This is what the eclipse is coming for. Here we go. Now, reminder, the solar eclipse we had earlier in the month, that solar eclipse, it also crossed with Pluto. And the big message here was fate is knocking at your door. Okay. And there's a reason. And it's not just once, it was twice, because this was the second new moon we had in a 2-month period. And the big message here is open the door, open the door. Okay. So I wanted you to be reminded about that before we get to this full moon, and it's a penumbral lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Okay. The second eclipse of 2023 is a potent manifestation of the transformational powers of the universe. The energy will be intense as the stars make one final push to remove that which no longer serves you. The energy at play will help to tie up any loose ends that have been complicating your life. What can I say? I mean, how many more messages do we need to get that let it go, folks? Surrender and let it all go. Because this new stuff that's coming in, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. All right. Some more information I found for you in regard to this, coming from Renee Watt, an astrologer on astrology.com. And she says, intimate exchanges within close relationships will play a major role, giving us the opportunity to explore our psyche as well as boundaries. Issues that have been brewing throughout the last 12 to 18 months. So think back to last year, folks, for a minute, to last April, and even before that, to, like, I think that would be February or January. So the last 12 to 18 months, these will come to a head during this astrological event. And when I think back to last year this time, I had worked myself to death, and I was so tired. I was so tired. My blood pressure was so off the chain, and I couldn't get it down. And see, that's bad when you be taking more than one blood pressure pill and your blood pressure is still running high. Oh yeah. And the universe was trying to tell me then, like, you ain't 20 years no, you ain't 20 years old anymore, girl. You got to take care of yourself. And that opened me up to very consciously getting myself into a wellness routine, very consciously doing that. And other things around that, right? The things that I was trying to do or be or have that had me being the Energizer Bunny, it just all came crashing down. And so I am looking forward to the culmination, to the results of all of that. Because it says here it's coming to a head. It is coming to a head during this astrological event. And it could trigger intensity and even fallouts. Intensity and even fallouts. So It can be about relationship stuff. It can be about work stuff, like I was saying, It can be about family stuff, Wherever it is, right? That last year you got a nudge that you needed to shift something up. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's again, if you haven't done it enough, you're gonna get help making sure you do it to the nth degree, to as much as you need to be doing it. That's what this is talking about. Now, here's something else that it says. It says you may find it. You may also find that it's easier to pick up on the subtle nuances of those around you as your intuition and emotional intelligence is heightened. Yeah. So you're going to be more getting stuff in dreams, like you may be hearing what somebody's thinking and being like, am I really hearing that? It's like you're just going to be more sensitive to the truth of what's going on. That's what this is saying. And, for some of us, we don't want that because then it means that I might lose this relationship. I might lose this job. Um, you know, yeah, yeah. It's just, yeah. I got another comment I need to share with you. This is from Miss Lynn. Hey, Lynn, love you, sister. She says, bad reception out here today. Surprise, surprise, but letting that go. Um, Getting much of it, feeling it. Last year, this time was headed toward the hospital. Yeah, girl. Yeah, it's like, it's no joke. It's no joke. And the beautiful thing in all of this is that the universe really is trying to get us to get right. It really is what this is about. Like, get right, get it right, be it right, have it right. It's on our side, but it's hard to feel that when you losing everything, or you sick and you're like, why am I still sick? Or there's, some chronic pain, or something going on. Like, why is this still happening? But really, it's the universe is trying to help you, and it will keep squeezing, folks. It will keep squeezing you until you say, okay, okay, I surrender. And then you got to ask for help. We got to open up to receive, right? So we got to be in our vulnerability. Absolutely. But yeah, it's something else. It is something else. One more piece I got for you about with this eclipse. Now, penumbral, I forgot to mention, means it's not a total eclipse. It's kind of partial. Okay. So the moon you might see it, but it might look a little grayish rather than being so bright. Or you may get just a little edge of darkness around it than before. So that's what it means. It's not going to be like that total that we look forward to, but still, it's so potent. This is very, very potent moon. And so this next piece that Ms. Renee Watt has for us says, while some partnerships could fall to the wayside during this lunation, commitment may be on the horizon for star-crossed lovers who are happily matched. And I know this is a real situation for someone I know. So really, again, here's some of that sweetness with all the bitterness. Yeah. It says, don't be afraid to open up to conversations around shared goals and what the future may hold, but try not to put immediate pressure on anyone to make solid commitments, especially yourself. If something is right and meant to be, there's no point in rushing the process when you could be enjoying a shared journey. If you know you've met someone special but aren't quite ready to exchange rings or cohabitate, focus on smaller steps that will eventually lead to your fairy tale ending. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. I love, love, love that sweetness in there. While we are going through all this letting go, letting go, letting go, because again, that's one of the ways in which, and the beloved relationships are up now. I mean, like, divine feminine, sacred masculine. I don't care what gender you're talking about. but in relationship, somebody's going to be in a divine feminine role, somebody's going to be in a divine masculine role. And what that's about, again, is about bringing balance. It's about bringing balance. And so right now, something's going on in this energy of the new earth and the age of Aquarius, where people who, in their sacred contracts, have been fated to be together in a loving way, not in that twin flame way, but in a loving way, a beloved way, they're being brought together. So that's what this energy is about. And so in order for that to happen, you know, there's things that have to be let go of. There's no way around it. Yeah. So it's a bittersweetness, but in the end, it's going to be sweet. Like you said, those fairy tale endings. And then one last piece for you, because I did talk about the lunar nodes. Let me find them again. And lunar node stuff is about in the north of the lunar nodes where Taurus, it's in the sign of Taurus right now. That's about, you can kind of think of what's coming, what we've been manifesting, what the universe has been manifesting for us, and what's coming. In the south node, which is in Scorpio right now, that's about our past karma, or the things from the past that we need to keep working on and cleaning up. Yeah. Absolutely. And so let me just read this to you. She says the Taurus Scorpio polarity deals with the balance between all that is mine, which is Taurus, and all that is yours, which is Scorpio. It also emphasizes a concept of form, which is Taurus, versus transformation, which is Scorpio. So isn't that neat? So we get this form, things that are forming, right? Or in a solid form that need to get transformed, which is what the Scorpio energy is about. So while Taurus deals with matter, personal values, material goods and possessions, and security, Scorpio rules the destruction of form, shared possessions, change, and transformation. Very interesting. So the sun in Taurus encourages happiness with the simple, tangible things in life, while the Scorpio moon draws our attention to the complexities, intangibles, and the mysteries. So again, back to this, we're being presented with these opposites, and we're being asked to accept them, okay, to accept that this is a coexistence, that this is how the universe works, all right, and that we can find the balance. We can find the balance in it because they really need each other. It's just two sides of the same coin. Is kind of what this is about. Um, let's see if there's something else. Yeah, full moons are about exposing and illuminating issues that are already there but haven't been dealt with. We got that. Um, yeah, yeah. So all I can say is between Monday and Friday, get still and go in. Tone it down, hold it down, give yourself lots of rest, lots of water, which I should do right now, and don't try to figure anything out. And don't be in resistance to anything. Open up to your intuition, open up to what's channeling through you, coming to you. And if it's something for you to do, it will be easy and effortless. Easy, effortless. Just like today, I knew it looks nice out. Let me go take a walk, right? I'm not feeling it. And there's a lot of wind going on, and I'm just like, no. Same thing yesterday. I wasn't feeling it because when it's right for you to do, it'll be like, oh, good, boom, boom, and you jump up, you go, you do what you need to do. So again, for this next 6 days coming up, I conclude tomorrow too. Really take your time, take a break, take breaks, love on yourself, love on others, treat yourself well, and really be obedient to the higher timeline and those cosmic opportunities. Look out for them. Yeah, because this energy is really intense and powerful. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm going to finish up here with a couple of more aspects for you. So, the following day, after all of that eclipse energy and full moon energy, we get another asteroid. This is the third one within this time period. This is Ceres going direct in Virgo. As it says in ancient Roman, Ceres was goddess of agriculture, grain crops, fertility, and motherly relationships. Ceres is a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, first discovered in 1801. With Ceres finally moving forward again, this is a great time to take care of ourselves for the next few weeks, especially our bodies. Big emphasis on that. It's a good time to take care of our health, start routines, and feel a little more productive. Yes, yes, yes. That will be very, very helpful. So that's good to know. So that's on Saturday again. And it falls into what I was saying about nurture yourself, take care of yourself. Definitely. Now, on Sunday, we get Venus entering Cancer. This is sweet. This is a sweetness. This is a planet of love and empathetic Cancer. And it can bring emotional highs and lows over the next 4 weeks as we are tender, protective, and caring while also moody and clinging. Try to love without letting it take over your entire life. That because that's not love. That's codependency, folks, right? So Venus feels good in Cancer since both Venus and Cancer speak the same love language, the language of emotions. This doesn't mean it's all warm and cozy. In Cancer, Venus squares Jupiter in Aries early in the transit and Pluto in Capricorn later on. There is some feistiness in the air, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Acting upon our feelings creates an energy of honesty, which facilitates trust and growth. Yeah. But again, this emotional flow coming in, especially after all of this transformational energy going on, it's really important to have. But like it says, we can get moody and cranky, fall into our codependency, but we can always pull ourselves out of it. And that's the most important thing to do. Don't stay stuck in it. Now, on the 9th, we jump to Tuesday. We get another conjunction. This is with the Sun and Uranus in the sign of Taurus. This alignment screams freedom, creativity, and authenticity. After a few tense weeks, we're ready to start thinking logically again this week. Now is the time to trust our thinking and know that we can creatively solve any problem that comes our way. We are encouraged to break out of our comfort zone and fly. Woohoo! Keep an open mind and see what the world brings to you. So that's very encouraging after all this intensity that we're going to have. Our brains will be a little clearer, folks. We're going to be a little more able to believe that we can move forward. So, really, really cool aspect. And then, last but not least, on Friday, May the 12th, we get two aspects here. The first one is Mercury in Taurus sextiling Saturn in Pisces. And it says, even with Mercury being currently in retrograde, this is still a good aspect for business dealings, signing contracts, and catching up on important paperwork. Just remember to use common sense. Yes. And then last but not least, Venus in Cancer is trining Saturn in Pisces, a romantic aspect that allows us to dream and plan a future with our partners. Important relationships finally find solid ground. And that's also a kickback to the piece from, the eclipse talking about, energy coming in for beloveds to come together. Yeah, yeah. Very, very interesting. Very exciting. I made it. There we go, folks. I made it. And it's interesting because this isn't a lot of aspects, but it's so intense and so powerful. I'm almost at the 45-minute mark. But I don't know how any way I could do it. Let me stop apologizing. I gave you exactly what you needed to hear, and I need to share with you about the energies that are with us. Just a little plug for my book there, and also how you can get hold of me. But I encourage you to hang in there, hang on. It's going to be okay. We are moving through this. Things are going to be better. And I will definitely put some time stamps on this for you so that when those energies come up on the 1st and the 5th, you can easily refer back to my messages. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. May the weeks coming really be wonderful to you. See if I can. I don't know if I can. I'm going to try to get you to my little banner here for May the 4th be with you, but I don't know if it's going to let me do that. Let me see. I've got to move this. Oh, maybe it almost did it. It almost did it. Oh, I don't think it's going to let me do it though. Anyway, if I had something to share, let me see if it'll do that way. Well, you get to see a little bit of Yoda in there. That makes me happy. See a little bit of Yoda. So, anyway, may the 4th be with you. And again, hang in there. We're all in this together. Um, Continue to take good care of yourself. I love you. And know the universe loves you too. It wants you to win. And it's going to be okay. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of the weekend. And I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye bye now. Thank you, Mina.